Welcome back to the Cable Data Science channel. It's Monday afternoon, October 19th. I'm actually going back and add a couple more plots to my analysis for the whole world, including the U.S. So what I've done so far up here is I've used two different databases. The first one here is this is John Hopkins data. I'm simply using this for the cumulative total deaths and cases for by country for October the 18th, okay? Because that's the last day they have. Now, in the second part here, I'm using the European Center for Disease Prevention and Control, which is a daily number. And as you can see, I imported it. I converted the reported field to a date. I did a little sort. And now here comes the good part. I'm calculating a total number of cases for the world by day. So you have one record, one row for each day. Now contain the total number of cases worldwide. Then I'm doing the same thing with. Then I'm doing the same thing with. Okay, so I'm. Okay, and now I'm doing the same thing with this. So I've now calculated. So now we're going to come over here and do a quick calculation of worldwide cases by day. And let's just add a. Let's just do a. So there's one for cases. So let's just go ahead and run this for cases. So as you can see, deaths worldwide is showing a considerable climb up. Let's just do this. All right. Now let's come down here. Then let's do worldwide deaths. So let's see how deaths look. Okay. What happens if we come out here? Let's just narrow the cases and deaths down to let's say March 1st. Let's just do this. Reported equal to, okay? Okay. Now let's come back down here, run the cases. Okay. Now let's run deaths. Okay. Interesting enough, okay, and what's interesting here is worldwide deaths are only average 7,500 a day. Hmm. Well, let's just now take this here and run the whole thing. Okay, this is just a worldwide mortality rate. The red line represents the average mortality rate worldwide. This is about 2.5%. Okay, so let's look at worldwide cases and deaths. Steady climb up in death cases. But interesting enough, deaths remain fairly flat. So they had some volatility here. So what you can see is, so what you can see is um, cases spiked up as high as about 7,000 per day deaths. I'm sorry, 7,000 deaths per day worldwide. Then it fell back down to about 3,500 maybe here, based on an average. Climb back up. But if you really look at it, it's really in a range between 6,500 and 7,500. But it is interesting that how flat the dates actually are. The worldwide deaths weren't I don't think we're really compared in terms of the shape, in terms of the trend line to say the U.S., which had a much larger spike. But something else? There's still a decline between here and here. There's still a decline between here and here. Okay, on here, a spike in deaths, a decline in a smaller spike in deaths, followed by a decline. Okay, so that's sort of interesting. I mean, you read all kinds of numbers on the internet, but you don't really tell us the whole story. Okay, simply reporting cumulative cases and deaths, which is what the European Center for Disease Prevention was doing on their Facebook page. Neglected to mention that the deaths have actually decreased a little bit, and while cases, neglect to mention that deaths are pretty much flat. So deaths again are not keeping up with cases worldwide. All right. So hope this is a little bit encouraging to you folks, and particularly you outside the U.S. We can use this, maybe use this as sort of a litmus test or barometer to compare other countries with. So anyway, thanks so much for your time. We'll catch you on the next report.